Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to check in with you guys. I just got here in Atlanta, you know, so just got here for the game tomorrow. Georgia Tech trying to find some intel, but I'm always worried about games like this because Miami has had these young guys have had some great success and we've had fun on this journey. But I'm gonna tell you something right here. It's the area where the maturity got to show for the University of Miami and I know we're having a Coach Cristobal make it a lot different than what we went through and what we experienced, a few years ago when they kind of fell off at the end of the year, and I think they lost like 3 straight at the end of the year. I remember I was at that game at Pitt and at the game in Clemson. Excuse me, I was crushed. And these kids were walking around like, yeah, just another game. I was like, no, you guys don't know what we just let go. But this group, I believe, does understand, even more than that group, and certainly because of Coach Cristobal, will have a tighter hold on all of it. I'm telling you guys something. I always say to people that the road to a championship is never paved smoothly. It's always paved with peaks and valleys. And when I share this, people think, oh, okay, that's easy. Easy. All we got to do is handle the valleys. This is true. You must handle the valleys. No. You can't just handle the valleys, the low point. You must grow from the valley. If you don't grow from the valley, you don't come out of the valley and have great success. So anytime you go through a bad time as a team, you got to get better. I don't even want to start making that applicable to the Dallas Cowboys right now because they should be coming out like gangbusters if that's the case. But we ain't talking about that. We're talking about Miami right now. And one thing that, well, we're talking about both actually. The one thing that Jimmy Johnson would always say to us in Miami and actually in Dallas is, not this case for Dallas, but you know what I mean for Miami, no way for Dallas, is you gotta be able to handle success. There are natural tendencies that you gotta guard against when you have success. When you have great success and you're winning all the time, everybody, Jimmy would say this every damn day. Everybody. Way to go, man. Way to win, man. Way to go, dog. Dog, you the best, boy. Dog, y'all bad. Dog, boy, y'all defeated, dog. Boy, y'all bad, boy. Y'all killing it. Everybody patting you on the back. He would always say, everybody is patting you on the back. And it is human nature when you're getting this much praise and great job, man, good job. Human nature to let up a little. Just to let up a little. And he said right there in that little, it can cost you so much. We can't let that little cost us a lot. I thought that was brilliant. And he's right. Everywhere you're walking around on campus, everywhere you're going in the city, you're doing more podcasts and talking to more people. You're looking at your name and you're seeing with number 4, with number 5, we're right up there. You look at that donut, it looks so sweet. You get it, donut sweet, in the loss column. Everybody patting you on the back. And you just let up a little. Just that little crack can break the whole dam. Just that little crack. And Jimmy guarded against that little crack. And our coach, Coach Cristobal, he guards against those little cracks. Our leader and Cam and them boys, they talk against those little cracks. And that's what I'm gonna be talking about tomorrow. Making sure We close that little crack, that little thing where everybody been patting us on the back, and make sure we see it the same way. Play it the same way so the results can end up the same way. I'm telling you, I can't wait. Oh, let me give you a report on this too. Dude, I finally put the shirts over at Kingswear. I put everything up on the site here so you guys can find out where to go and get it. And I want to tell you what one of the, you know, because one of the guys that's working over there, I guess, said social media is so crazy. They said to me, man, it's Michael, it's one of the keys, social media said, man, the shirts are selling like baby oil around the corner from a Diddy party. I thought that was funny, but that's what social media gives you. It's some funny stuff. But yeah, you can get them at Kingswear, man. Can you imagine? Can you guys imagine, honestly? And I told you when we did the commercial, we used to do this, we used to do this, thought this was too big, but now we are in power. This time around, we're going to remain in power. So now, here's the vision. Can you imagine, here's the vision. Can you imagine we playing in a championship game or a playoff game in Miami, and everybody in that stadium holding up that shirt like this, holding up them arms, representing, no. It shows you the you, but it represents our unity, how strong we are. And the reality is, that's how you win championships. See, you think the peaks are one thing. You got to guard against pats on the back when you're up at the peak. You got to guard against all the great pats on the back. And everybody mean you well. They mean you well. They're all your loved ones. But they're patting you on the back. You got to guard against letting up just that little bit and leaving that crack. You got to guard against the pats on the back. You know what I mean? Show up, show out, and do what you do. You know? And remember, when we do that, dude, when we do that, and the whole stadium is doing that, that's how you handle the valleys. You got to guard against the cracks, the pats on the back at the peak. But down here, buddy, you got to handle the valleys. The road is paved with peaks and valleys. And only football families that stay together strongly through it all, like we have stayed together, strongly through it all. The team on the field, the team off the field. That's why this representation is the right way for what we doing right now. We will stay together strongly. Imagine that representation. Everybody put that U shirt on. And they taking a pic. We showing the whole world we back, and we gonna stay strong up top with our coach, Coach Mario Cristobal. Man, and let me tell y'all something else I love too, man. If y'all ever get the chance, I want you to say it and appreciate it. Oh, I felt that. Oh, I felt that. Because it's so harmonized with what I'm saying now. Having the prayers Joe down on that sideline, man, it is different. I remember all that we went through with Hadfoot. But having a man like that right there with us, Joe's a good dude. And I'm talking about he's one of us. You know, you guys know, he's one of us. He's one of us. And I love that. And I'm not, hey, listen. I was here when we went through all of that with Hadfoot back and forth with Jimmy. And Jimmy said, y'all just play. I'll handle him. We fought back and forth. We ain't in that position now. We together. That's why strong matter. We're together from the top all the way down. We standing strong together. We got our top guy right there on the sideline. He be knocking me over, running and coming at them players. I said, man, that's so cool right there, man. That's so cool. And time, well, what a change. What a change, man. That other time it was a fight. This time, it's a family. It was a fight in the family. This time, we just fight as family. And that's how you beat the peaks, the valleys. When you go in the valley, you can't come out the same. And the only thing that gets stronger in valleys are family. Because they come around each other, they get closer, and we got stronger in the valley. And now, we all together. And that's why we'll win. Let me tell you something else before I go. I think because we're going to I got a call. I think the guy's got a little birthday party, surprise for Coach Rump, Mike Rump. So I'm going to try to run over there and pay homage to my boy, family business. Family business. But also I wanted to say this, guys, because remember I told you, and all of you, a lot of you, I saved you some money. I told y'all, do not take that bet on the Bengals and the Ravens. I think the Ravens were +6 or whatever. I said, no way. And I even said the Bengals should have won that game outright, but they blew it. They blew it. And I'm going to tell you where they blew it and how they blew it and why I was so surprised, because I saw a flip. I had held steadfast that Lamar Jackson would not beat Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if I've inched off that just yet, but I saw some movement in the right direction from Lamar. I saw a flip. I saw where Joe Burrow did a Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson did a Joe Burrow. In that game, Cincinnati up 21-7. They had this game won. Somewhere late in the game, though, I don't know what drive it was. Cincinnati had a 3rd and 2, and they threw a deep bomb down the left sideline. Then they came back with a 4th and 2 and threw a deep bomb down the right sideline. Both incompletes, left the field. Nothing. Baltimore came on, scored again. They scored all the last drives. You see, you could have right then. Remember I told you, that's usually what Lamar do. He'll see somebody down the field and he'll try to go for the jugular instead of just getting that 2 yards running. But Lamar played better down the stretch. He did exactly that. He said, I'm just going to keep moving the ball. And things will happen. While Joe Burrow took the unnecessary risk. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, they should have run that ball on 3rd down, especially when they knew they were going for it on 4th down. You see what I mean? The first down, I looked through the series, if I remember correctly, the first down of that series, they ran the ball and picked up 4 yards. So now you're at 3rd and 2, and you're throwing a deep ball, and then you come back with a 4th and 2, and you still throw a deep ball. The percentages of that, as opposed to getting the 1st down and throwing a deep ball on 1st down. And if you wanted to, throw nothing on 2nd down, but then you still got 2 downs left. It was asinine to see that with the Cincinnati Bengals. It was shocking. It was shocking. But that's what happens when that momentum switches like that, and you can't stop it, and Baltimore just poured it on. But they did not cover. So I'll tell you guys, you're welcome. All of you who, when you saw the end of that game, looked up and looked at your money and said, whew, I'm so glad I listened to Michael. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll talk to you after the game.